welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. My name is Brandy, and I am the owner of Simply Created and Designed LLC. And welcome to today's vlog. So let's jump right into it. Hey friends, happy Thursday. How is everybody doing today? I hope you guys had an amazing day. Hope you're having a super amazing week. We are almost to the weekend. I am super excited to share with you today's vlog. I have so much to add into this video. I'm going to try not to make it extra long. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into everything. So you got my handy little notes so I don't forget anything. So my craft space is finally complete. So I finally got all the new product that I purchased a few weeks ago. I got everything into my craft space, into my laundry room. And then I moved everything that was Avon out of there and I moved it into my closet on the top shelf. And I will insert a picture so you can see how the 5-tier shelf in my laundry room is all my business products and stock and inventory and all that kind of stuff and just supplies that I need. And then I'll also insert a picture for the Avon. And then I separate the Avon stuff that I will be giving away to make room for, maybe a little bit of inventory that I'll keep at home if I do, right? So also this week I plan on planning out over the next few weeks. I have so many new things I want to do, right? So I plan on this weekend sitting down and plan out, the upcoming projects that I want to do, because there is some stuff I want to add to my shop, like the bonnets and stuff like that. So I want to sit down and figure out a time, how I'm going to do it and how many I'm going to add and all that kind of stuff, right? And then what projects will fit in each week or what, kind of have a little bit of organization. I'm going to get out my Clever Fox planner. For you guys that know me, know that I love that planner. And I'm going to pull that out and sit down and make a schedule, at least for the next few weeks, right? Also, so let's jump into small business taxes and tips, right? So I had to write down stuff because let me just say my disclaimer. I have been doing my taxes myself all of my adult life. I probably may have had like a friend or two do it maybe once or twice, but I do my own taxes every year. And then I do family members or something like that, or friends if they need me to do it for them. So I decided to go to a taxpayer because I don't know much to anything about business taxes, right? That's going to change because after this experience, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a class, take some online videos, go on the IRS, see if they got some videos. I'm going to teach myself how to do business taxes so I can do my own taxes going forward, right? So I went and filed my taxes the other day, and the guy had like an attitude. Like, it was kind of weird. He's kind of like, and you know how some people don't know how to deliver maybe a message or something like that, or something they're trying to say. Their delivery is just horrible. Well, his delivery was horrible, and it bothered me, right? I've had people make comments about my business being a hobby or whatever here and there, but his comments were a bit harsh, right? So I took some as constructive criticism, I guess you could say, or constructive remarks, or whatever you want to call it. And some I took as notes, like, okay, do this. All right. Okay, I got this, right? So it was like it evened out. Like, some I was like, ooh, that stung. And I told him. I literally sat there and told him to him, like, yeah, that stung. You know what I mean? So let me just get into it instead of, dragging it out and everything. So he was very dismissive and negative. So anybody who has a business, when you first start, you spend more money getting your business started, giving product, giving supplies, getting machinery, whatever it is that you're doing. You spend a lot of money out, especially the first year. You would want to call that probably like what a startup costs, right? So you put out more money sometimes than what you make in. And then some people, it could be, they put out more money, but they also could make a lot of money off the top, right? It all depends on where you're at in your field, right? So sometimes, from what I understand, after doing some research, it could take like up to 2 or 3 years for people to really start to see profit from their business after starting it, or it could be anywhere from like 3 to 5 years anyone sees profit, right? And then again, for others, it could be sooner, right? So the mistakes that I made. So let me go back. I started my business in May of last year, for those of you that are new, and then I launched my business in July, right? So I didn't make, $50,000 in the last 6 months for my business, right? So what I made, I was very, proud of myself. Okay, let's start, we're doing good, right? So what I did, I work full time. So when I showed him my paperwork and showed how much money I spent and how much money I made for my business, his nose was like way up here. Yeah, how can I be? How can I be? So I kept saying to the guy, I'm like, I have a full-time job, I work, and I had money saved or whatever. Well, this isn't add up. The IRS is going to do this. IRS is going to audit. IRS is going to want receipts. I have receipts of every single thing I paid for, right? I have everything. So, and I get what you're saying, right? I get exactly what he was saying, but I kept saying to the guy, I work. So he kept saying, it's like someone who's trying to claim had a household with kids that work at Taco Bell. He makes like $13,000 a year. It doesn't make sense. It has to add up. This doesn't add up. So after he decides to go on like a little rant for like 15 minutes, rant that I didn't ask for, but okay, I listened and I was very calm, although I was blinking my eyes. I even closed my eyes at one point too, and I know he looked at me when I opened my eyes up. He was looking at me because I was like 2 seconds from being like, you know what, sir, let's go ahead and reschedule this. I think I might have to go to somebody else, because it was like, in the beginning it was rough, right? So he looks through my paperwork, because my taxes are very simple. It's just me, my daughter, right? Simple. So he looks through my paperwork. He goes, oh, your W-2s. Oh, well, you good then. All the while, I was trying to tell him that I had money saved and that I also worked. That's how I was able to buy a lot of what I purchased, right? And it was just like his whole attitude changed, like literally changed after he saw my W-2, after he saw that I worked, right? Because he kept saying it has to make sense, it don't make sense. And I get a lot of people try to scam on taxes, and I completely understand it. Try to claim things that didn't claim, write off things that didn't do. I completely understand it. But I was letting him know, I'm like, hey, I got receipts for everything. And because, I'm not used to going to a tax preparer, I bought in everything that I thought I may be needed or asked questions on, just in case, like last year's taxes. I bought every single receipt in. I had them organized, running tape on them by month and everything. And now I had actually called this guy a few weeks before I decided to go, to ask him what I would need and all that kind of stuff. So I had everything he requested. But what he didn't tell me over the phone was that I needed to break down like an expense part, the expense report or something, in categories monthly, right? He didn't tell me that over the phone. So I was there for like 2.5, 3 hours, and he kept getting interrupted because he had helped other people. It was just long and it was drawn out, and I was very frustrated. And so let me go back. So I have a bank account for my business. So what I did was I purchased everything for my business out of my personal account, right? And I'm learning. I'm new to this, right? So he's like, well, you shouldn't have did that. He's like, because then the IRS, audits you, you have to show proof of this is not. Okay, that's fine. I have everything, right? And he's like, but you don't want them in your personal account, which is probably true. I get it. But this is me learning the process, sir. Like, this is me learning. And he said what I should have did was transfer the money from my personal account into my business account that had been like income for my business, and paid it out of there, right? So I'm like, okay. That was, like one of the number one mistakes. And then he also talked about like any like little bills and stuff that I pay monthly for my business, like subscriptions, like let's say for Canva, let's say for QuickBooks, Placeit. Placeit is like it does the mock-ups and stuff like that. Anything I purchase, like a P.O. box, anything I purchase, I should have transferred that money over and put it into my business account and then paid it from there, which I'm new to this again, right? So, he did give me a lot of great tips, and there was so, and I was trying to think of it. It was so much and overwhelming. I was so tired by the time I was done talking to him, and I let him know at the end, like, a lot of stuff that he said. He's like, "Well, I'm just blunt. I'm just letting you know. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna, sugarcoat it, because if you get out of this, what happens?" And I completely get it, but I told him, what you said stung. This is a way of delivery, and I was very open and honest with him. I was very calm because I'm a Gemini. And I had to control, because I have a temper that's fire. You hear me? And I really had to be professional about it and be calm about it. Take the constructive criticism, process it, and just stay calm. But it bothered me, right? It really did. So the things that I did learn is I'm probably going to make an expense report to break down stuff in categories, like, what I bought in. And I actually have QuickBooks, and I might do it on there, or I might just do a spreadsheet. Either way, I got to I have to work my way around QuickBooks and learn it and see, or either I might just temporarily do an expense report monthly, so everything's broke down. So at the end of the year, it will be easier to decipher which category stuff should have went into. He also shared with me stuff that I can write off, like the ads that I paid for like Etsy, for my website. I can write off like the internet, and stuff like that. Like, this is all stuff that I did not know that, you learn as you go. I tell you guys all the time, you learn so much as you go. I learned a lot in the 3 hours I was sitting there with him, right? So, after that, I talked to my mom about it. I was so frustrated, and she was like, don't let nobody discourage me. I was like, I think the amount of times that he said, if my business doesn't make, he never said a number, doesn't pick up sales, this is not a business. He comes on, this is not a business, it's a hobby. And I sat there, and I was looking at him straight in his face, and I took it. Now, anybody else who says that to me, I'll just check them real quick. But I was trying to be professional in a professional setting, and I'm proud of myself because I really did good. Because had it been Brandy in the 20s, it'd have been a completely different story. The whole building would have been lit up. I'd have been laying everybody out. Whew, how much I have grown. Whew, thank you, Lord, for bringing me through. How I've grown so much, But, even though I've afterwards, I was like, I'm not gonna let him discourage me, and not at all, yada, yada, yada. My mom was like, she's so dope, right? My mom is strong. She was going off herself, right? And she later on sent me a video the other day, or I think it might have been yesterday, the day before, a video from Facebook. And I'm gonna put the link in the description. It's like 17 minutes long, but it really is worth the watch on how not to give up. I mean, I'm not gonna give up, right? But it was just how people are so negative and so mean, and they don't realize the harsh things they say. Like, who calls people's businesses hobbies? If I call it a hobby, then yeah. But if I don't call it a hobby, respect my business, So I'm gonna put the link down in the description box. You guys watch it. It's a great video it's a great video. It's very, very positive. Very motivational, and it's dope. And from what I got from the end of the video, that it's actually a true story, right? So that was just today's vlog. I just wanted to discuss what I did wrong on my taxes, the tips that he gave me, and just what I dealt with. And then hopefully that will help somebody else. But this small business is a learning process, and do not let anybody discourage you. If you're upset, that's fine. Just let it be short and temporary. You know what I'm saying? And then keep on pushing and keep on crafting. So I'm going to go ahead and close out my vlog with my business affirmations. Remember, stay focused on your goals. Stay positive. Do not compare your journey to anybody else's journey. Speak life into your business, right? Because these little small steps that we take, we are going to blossom later on. Trust and believe, right? Speak everything into existence. Remember, we're going to have slow days, slow weeks, slow months, or whatever the case may be, right? Go back to the drawing board, regroup, keep pushing, right? Remember, Rome was not built in one night. Also, failing is part of the process. This is how we grow. Right? Keep going, keep creating, stay consistent. promote your business. You are the brand, right? If you are starting your business and you are nervous and you're scared, it's okay. It is normal. Okay, just start and get yourself out there. Have faith and have fun and love what you do, right? Everything will fall into place. You will learn as you go. I am living proof. You will learn as you go. And you know what? Let me chime in here real quick. I showed him my website. He was like, wow, that is nice. Then, most importantly, the number one of the topic of this video is block the negativity. Block, block, block. What? Block it, okay? You hear me? We're not going to let nobody in 2022 or going forward discourage us from our goals and our dreams and our blessings. Believe in yourself, right? And never give up. You got this. I got this. We got this. So I thank you guys so much for rocking with me each and every single week. So until next time, take care, guys.